Céu, tão grande é o céu, e bandos de nuvens que seguem ligeiras. Para onde elas vão? Aí eu não sei, não sei. E o vento que fala nas folhas, contando as histórias que são de ninguém, mas que são minhas e de você também. Ai, Dindi, se soubesses o bem que te quero, o mundo seria Dindi, tudo Dindi, lindo Dindi. Ai, Dindi, se um dia você for embora, me leva contigo, Dindi. Fica, Dindi, escuta, Dindi. E as águas deste rio, onde vão, eu não sei. A minha vida inteira esperei, esperei por você, Dindi, que é a coisa mais linda que existe. Você não existe, Dindi. Olha, Dindi, escuta, Dindi. Olha, Dindi, adivinha, Dindi.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining this new webinar, and as you may know, today we are going to talk about how to build chords in different ways, okay? So I hope everyone is well, right? And let's get started with this. So first of all, I'd like to talk about something that make it much easier to figure out chords on the fretboard on the guitar, right? So something that some people haven't realized, that the way we tune I'm sorry, the way we tune our guitar helps to build chords on the guitar, right? So as you can see, the first figure, this is kind of when the root of the chord is on the 6th string, and the string below you have a perfect 4th. Next you have a minor 7th, right? I'm talking about, wait a minute, I'm talking about this, okay? So root, the string below, perfect 4th, string below, minor 7th, always in relation to the root position on the 6th string, right? 3rd string, minor 3rd, 2nd string, perfect 5th, and 1st string, perfect octave, right? When you have the root on the 5th string, wait a minute please, here, it changes a little bit. You have root, string below perfect 4th, next minor 7th, next major 9, and next perfect 5th. Okay. Finally, when you have the root on the 4th string, on the string below you have perfect 4th, next minor 6, and next minor 9, right? So how can it be useful for us to build chords? Very simple. Each chord, wait a minute please, each chord has a structure, right? Here we have a diminished 7th chord, which has root, minor 3rd, flat 5th, and diminished 7th. Here we have a half diminished chord, or minor 7 with flat 5th, and we have root, minor 3rd, flat 5th, and minor 7th, and so on. Minor 7 chord, root, minor 3rd, perfect 5th, minor 7th, right? These are the most common chords we will find in any song, right? Okay, so in this PDF file I have used as an example the diminished 7th chord, right? So suppose we have to build any diminished 7th chord with the root on the 6th string, right? So first possibility, remember, we have a root. On the string below we have a perfect 4th, and we need a flat 5th or diminished 5th, right? So the diminished 5th is a half step, a half step here above the perfect 4th, right? So if you have the root here, we have the perfect 4th here, and the diminished 5th here, right? Next, we need a diminished 7th, right? Here, I'm sorry, I need new glasses. Actually, I'm waiting for the new glasses to arrive. Here we have the minor 7th. The diminished 7th is a half step below the minor 7th, right? Finally, we need a minor 3rd, which we already have here, as you can see here, minor 3rd, right? So I'm using these 4 intervals on the strings to build this chord, right? To build a diminished 7th chord. This is the first possibility. So root, diminished 5th, diminished 7th, minor 3rd. This is a diminished 7th chord. In this case, as I'm using the A as a root, this is a A diminished 7th chord, right? Great. This is not a usual fingering for this chord, but very useful, right? Next, this is the first possibility, right? The second possibility here, second possibility, I will skip the 5th string and I use the 6th string, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, right? And the way we think to build the chord in this, using this structure, is the same, right? Because we had here, it's better to make this way. Now we have the root here, and we have these three intervals on those strings, right? Minor seventh, minor third, perfect fifth, right? Here. Okay? Again, we need a diminished seventh. The diminished seventh is half step below the minor seventh. The minor third is already in the correct position. And we need a diminished fifth, which is half step below the perfect fifth. So we had this. Right? Now we have this. Okay? I'm sorry because I'm sorry. I was not sharing my screen. I'm sorry. Let's start everything again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So again, everything again. I'm sorry. So as I was saying, the first figure, right, shows the intervals you have on the same fret when the root is on the 6th string, 5th string, or 4th string, right? I'm sorry for that. Right? So we can use this to build chords. So in here we have the structure of the most common chords we usually find when you are playing a song. Diminished seventh, half diminished, minor seven, seventh chord, seven with augmented fifth, which is a little bit more rare, major seven chord, and this is more the rarest, maybe the way to say that in English, on major seventh with augmented fifth, right? So, but as I said, I got the diminished seventh structure to show how to use this information to build chords, right? So, again, I'm sorry, I'm ashamed now. In a diminished seventh chord, we need root, minor third, diminished fifth or flat fifth, and diminished seventh, right? And as you can see here, we have root, perfect fourth, minor seventh, minor third. Moving to this first possibility, right? We have here the root, right? On the same fret, on the string below, we have the perfect fourth. The diminished fifth is a half step above the perfect fourth, right? So we have this, we have this. All you have to do is, instead of playing the perfect fourth, get a half step above the diminished fifth, right? Here we have already the minor seventh, but we need a diminished seventh. So instead of playing on the same fret, we are going to play a fret below. And finally, we need a minor third, which is already on the same fret, right? Okay, so this is the first possibility, which, as I said before, it's not so common to see a guitar player using this fingering for a diminished seventh chord, right? The most common fingering would be this one, right? But this one, it's the same chord, right? The second possibility we have the root. We are skipping the fifth string, right? Then on the fourth string we have the minor seventh. We have to get the diminished seventh a half step below. We have already the minor third on the third string, and we have to get the diminished fifth a half step below the perfect fifth. So we have this. First possibility, second possibility, right? And now let's move forward to the third possibility. Third possibility, right? We have on the same fret root, minor third, perfect fifth, and perfect octave. We have already the minor third. We have to get the diminished fifth a half step below the perfect fifth, as I said before, right? And the diminished seventh is 1.5 step below the octave. So here we would have the major 7, minor 7, diminished 7. So the third possibility, we have this. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it. So for any chord where you have root, fifth on the next string, seventh, and third, you will have three possibilities to build this chord. Let me show to you. So root, perfect fourth, minor seventh, minor third, right? And we need root, diminished fifth, which is here. Here we have the minor 7, and we need a diminished 7, which is here, the same place where you have the major 6, right? And here we have already the minor third. So this is an A diminished 7th chord, right? The second possibility is this one, and the third possibility is this one. All of the fingerings are the same chord, just different voicings on the chord, right? I'm sorry. So now when you have the root on the fifth string, we are going to follow the same rules, the same procedure. We have the root, we have the perfect fourth, we have the minor 7, and we have the major 9, right? To get the chord, we need root, we need diminished fifth, we need diminished 7th, and we need the minor third. The minor third is a half step above the major 9, right? The other ones are the same. Diminished 7th, half step below the minor 7th, and diminished fifth, a half step above the perfect fourth. So this one is another fingering for a diminished 7th chord. It's important to say that it doesn't matter the fret you are doing this, because in any place on the guitar you have root, perfect fourth, minor 7th, minor third, perfect fifth, and octave. Here the same. Root, perfect fourth, minor 7, minor third, perfect fifth, and octave, any place. So if you need, for example, if you want to build a C diminished 7th chord, all you have to do is to find the C note on the 6th string and follow the rules. Root, diminished fifth, diminished 7th, minor third. Second possibility, root, diminished 7th, minor third, diminished fifth. And the third possibility, root, minor third, diminished fifth, and diminished 7th. We have this. All of them the same chord, right? I was talking about the when you have the root on the 5th string, right? We have another possibility here. Second possibility. With the root on the 5th string, right? Root, diminished 7th, minor 3rd, diminished 5th. We have to use a half bar here. to make this chord, right? So with the root on the 5th string, we have this or this, same chord, right? Finally, when we have the root on the 4th string, we have only one possibility for this chord. We have another possibility, but it's almost impossible to make with the left hand. I will show to you. But here, root, perfect 4th, we have to move half step above to get the diminished 5th. Here we have the major 6th, which is the same as the diminished 7th, right? So we have this. Here we have the major 9, half step above, minor 3rd, right? This is the only possibility. Not the only, as I was saying, but we could make this chord this another way, but too difficult. We can get the root here, then we have the perfect 4th here. We are going to get the minor 3rd here, right? Here we have the major 6th, right? Perfect 5th, diminished 5th, right? And here we have the major 9, octave, minor 7, diminished 7. Really difficult to make the chord. Let me show to you. It's hard, you know. I was talking about this possibility with the root on the 4th string, and we have this, you know. I don't know, maybe if you want to show you are a very skilled guitar player, you play this chord this way, okay? So, now, let's move to the song, right? So, as you can see, we have here the harmony and the melody. This is not the complete song, this is not the full song. I have written the song just until a certain part, a certain point of the song, right? So, how can we use those information, those structures, thinking of how the intervals show up on the strings below the root, depending on where the root is, 4th, 5th or 6th string, right? And then we can start thinking, okay, here we have to build a C major 7 chord, right? C major 7. Let's take a look at the structure. It's here, major 7th chords. We need the root, a major 3rd, perfect 5th, and major 7, right? So, I'm sorry, I have to change all the time I was talking about this, I'm sorry. Major 7th chord, root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, major 7, right? And then we can use this information to build the chord we need, right? And here the song, the harmony, the melody. This is the song I said that I haven't written the full song, the whole song, just a little part of the song, okay? So this song, for those, I put this song to play when the webinar started, right? So this is first line, right? Right, this is the melody, the chords. So we can play this way, C major 7, right? And how we get this chord? Root. String below, we have the perfect 4th. The perfect 5th is a whole step above the perfect fourth. In this string, we have the minor seventh. We need a major seventh, so we get this note. Here we have the major 9, and to get the major third we have to move a whole step above, and we get this. Right? This is the chord. We can play using this structure, C major 7. Second chord, B flat major 7, we can just move our hand a whole step below. B flat, F, A, D. Root, 5th, major 7, major 3rd, right? So we can play the first line like this. Right? But now, we know that we have several ways to build each of these chords, right? So, and as you can see, the melody is very simple in the first part, right? We have here, as you can see, E, D, F, E, and D again. Very simple, right? Very simple, the melody. So the melody kind of repeats the same idea. And the way I just played, I was repeating the chords also, right? Why not change the way I'm building the chords on the fretboard to get something a little bit more fancy, maybe, you know? But I'm sorry. The major 7 chord is a chord we can build in a different way also, when we have the root on the 5th string. Remember, root 4th, minor perfect 4th, I'm sorry, minor 7th, 9th, right? We get the root here, we get the major 3rd here, minor 7th, major 6th, flat 6, perfect 5th, and then 9th octave, major 7. So this is very common to play this chord, a major 7th chord, this way, right? The most common way you see this chord is this way, C major 7 chord, root 3rd, 5th, 7th, right? So instead of playing this, right? Because I'm repeating the note on the top of the chords all the time, right? Instead, I will play the first chord this way, so I have B on the top. Then the B flat major 7, I will play this way. Then I get the D note on the top. Next, C major 7, I will play this way to get the E note at the top. Then the last chord in this line, B flat major 7 again, I will make this way, because here I have root, major 7th, major 3rd, and perfect 5th. So I know that this is not, you know, oh, so great, you know, but we get a different way to play the chords, and we kind of build a melody using the notes on the top of the chords. So playing this way, I get B on the top, then D, then E, then F, and in my opinion it sounds a little bit better instead of right. So this is the idea behind this webinar, you know, learn how to choose your own way to play the chords you are seeing in the song, right? Next, So let me make a little break to see if anyone has any questions. I'm sorry. Hello, Shelly. Thank you for joining. Hello, Frank, Diego. Frank Tischer, please share your screen. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Oh gosh. Share your screen. I'm lost. Are we on the voicing sheet? I'm sorry, Shelly. I hope now everything is clear. I was panicking. I'm sorry, Shelly. Okay, Thomas, back in a few minutes. Great. Marco Liao. Thomas, Frank Tischer, Renat, will you share that sheet for download? Maybe this is this PDF file about how to build chords is available for members on my website. Yeah, you can download the PDF file because you are a member, right? So as no one has questions, let's move forward. So second line we have A major 7, right? The most common way to play these chords on the second line. This last chord is a little bit hard. Here, this is important to know that when you have more than one dissonance on the chords, we usually get rid of the perfect fifth. I don't know if you already knew that, but for example, when you have a C major 7, we have the root, the perfect fifth, the major 7th, major 3rd, right? If we need to build a C major 9, it means the chord will have 4 notes, actually 5 notes, right? Root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, major 7, and major 9. But you probably know that usually we play this chord this way. So we got rid of the perfect 5th. We have root, major 3rd, major 7th, and major 9, right? In this case, this chord is very complicated on the guitar because we need to have the root, the major 3rd, the minor 7th, the minor 9, and the major 13. It's a lot of notes, right? There are a lot of notes to get here, so it's difficult to play. Usually we don't play the whole chord on the guitar, but root, minor 7th, major 3rd, I'm sorry, major 13, and flat 9. And let me show you that I'm using this structure to think about that chord. Root, open string in that case. Open string, the D string, open. I have the minor 3rd here, I have to get the major 3rd. I have the perfect 5th, and I have to get the major 13, which is a whole step above the perfect 5th. And here I have the octave, and I have to get the minor 9, so I have this. This is the whole chord. But this is hard to play on the guitar because usually we don't use the pinky to play with the right hand. We can. Let me show you, but this is not so common, right? See. Root, minor 7th, major 3rd, major 13, minor 9, right? So you have to play 5 strings at the same time. So the only way is using the pinky on the first string, like this. But this is, we never do that, you know. Usually we choose what notes we are going to play, this or this, you know. This these 4 strings or these 4 strings. Or also, if we are playing a rhythm, we can alternate the group of strings we play with the I and A. Right? This is easy to do, and it's useful if you need the whole sound of the chord, right? But sometimes we don't need the whole sound of the chord, right? So, sorry, let's move again to the second line. So, so far I have played the first line this way. Right? Then, as I was saying, the most common way to play the second line would be A major 7 this way, F minor 7 this way, B minor 7, and E 7/13 flat 9, right, this way. But we were playing the B flat major 7 here, right? If we played the A major 7 here, we get this melody on the top of the chords. We can, instead of playing here, we can play here, maybe. Then we were playing the B flat major 7 here, and then we play the A major 7 here. This is the melody, right? Or, instead of this, we could play the A major 7 this way. Then we would get F going to G sharp, or F going to E, right? If you choose playing this way, this way, the A major 7, then when you go to the F sharp minor 7, would be great maybe to hold the E note on the top of the chord. And you see why. So I would play the F sharp minor 7 this way. Let me show to you a little bit. Actually, I think I can just show the guitar, because if you have downloaded the PDF file, you can follow the explanations, right? Okay, so second line, I said that the most common way would be playing this way. Right? But, as I was saying, we had played the B flat major 7 here. If you play the next chord here, A major 7, it would be great if you keep the E note at the top of the chord. And how we do this? Usually the F sharp minor 7 is played this way: F sharp, E, A, C sharp, right? Or root, minor 7th, minor 3rd, perfect 5th. But here we have the octave when the root is on the E string, right? Octave, a whole step below, we have the minor 7th. So instead of playing the minor 7th here, the E note here, we are going to play the E note here, and we play this. Right? So I have the same note, E, E, right? Why? Because then when I play the B minor 7 chord, I get the D on the top, and in the next chord I get this, the C sharp on the top of the chord. So again, obviously you can play the song using the most common chords. There is no problem at all playing this way, right? But I want to show you the difference between playing without thinking about the voicing of the chords, and when you think about the voicing, the chord voicing, right? So first way. right? Second way. I'm sorry. Let me drink a little bit of coffee. Second way. Then right, it's a little bit different. Going back to the A major 7, I said that we could play this way or this way, right? Root, third, perfect fifth, major 7th, right? If we play this way, maybe we could put the A note, the minor third of the next chord, on the top, like this. Then the minor 7th, I will put the B note on the top. I'm sorry. Oops. Right? And then this chord is hard. The E7 13th flat 9, I could play this way, maybe, which would be good because I'm playing the C sharp on the top and the C sharp is on the melody. So the second option, when you get after playing the B flat major 7, we could play this way. Right? It's different. So now I will play using these chords. We have this. Oops. And we reach the last chord with the C sharp on the top. And as you can see, measure number 9, we have the C major 7 again. Then we can start making something different, right? Instead of playing the C major 7 here again, I will play here. So the last chord was this one, E7 13. Then I will play the C major 7 here with the B note on the top. Next chord, B flat major 7 here. Next chord, C major 7, instead of playing root, 5th, 7th and 3rd, I will play root, 7th, 3rd, 5th here to get the G note on the top. Next chord, the same structure, B flat major 7. Then I reach the A major 7 with the A on the top. Now I can play the E on the top again, or I can move to the C sharp here, playing this way, the F sharp minor 7, measure number 14, right? Then the B minor 9 and the E7, which I can alternate the strings to get a different sound, right? So I will play from the beginning until the measure number 16, first using the most common chords. Then I will use this, those chords I have just shown to you, right? Okay, let me see if anyone has any questions before doing that. Can you show close-up of chords? Oh, on the guitar. Yes, I think I'm showing now, because I was a little bit confused with changing the views from the camera to the PDF file. Frank Tischer, yes, we don't need the perfect fifth, yeah. Also, the root isn't necessary. It depends on if you are playing alone. It's better to put the root, in my opinion, right? Because the root is the basis of the chord, you know. obviously it depends on also how you feel the sounds of the chords. Yes, I understand what you mean, but in my opinion, it's better first use the root, right? Didn't get the voice of BM. Which BM, Frank? Oh, okay, got it. Great. So, okay, now I will play again from the beginning using first the most common chords, and then I will play using the last options I used on the guitar, which was, let me remember. I played this, then I played A major 7 here, F minor 7 here, B minor 7 here, E7 13 here, then I played C major 7 here, B flat major 7 here, C major 7 here, B flat major 7 here, and then A major 7 here. Then I went to this F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, and E7 13, right? So okay, first option. You know, this B minor 7 chord is wrong, being honest, because we have the C sharp on the melody. And if we play the B minor 7 this way, there is a friction between the note I'm singing, C sharp, and the note on the chord here. I'm singing it's not so good, better, instead of B minor 9, okay? Although it will change the progression I have just built, right? But that's okay. Again. So, you know, we are playing the 2 times the same chords. Now playing in a different way, right? Oops, gosh, sorry. Oops. Right. So I know that this is not a huge improvement when playing a song, but you know, it's all about freedom, right? You can choose among certain options the way you want to play the song, and not be restricted by the chords you know, right? Or the chords you see in a chord diagram, chord chart, right? So unfortunately there was no time enough to talk about chords inversions, right? Maybe we can talk about this next Monday, same time, next webinar. Let's see if anyone has any questions, okay? Frank, yes, the ear tends to build the chord above the lowest tone, yes. Hearing the lowest tone as the root, yes. You know, this is interesting because, for example, the diminished seventh chord, some people say that the diminished seventh chord is a 7 flat 9 chord without the root. And that's why we say that diminished seventh chord has a dominant function. Because, for example, we have the D7 flat 9, which would be the 5 of G minor, right? Instead of playing this, you get rid of the root, add the perfect, in this case it's the perfect fifth of the D, right? But here we have F sharp diminished seventh chord. And this chord has a dominant function to G minor. Right? Anyone has any other questions? No questions? Okay, so I will talk a little bit the last two lines. We have the C major 7 chord, C9 sus chord, C major 7 again, C9 sus and F major 7. Then F minor major 7, C major 7 again, and C9 sus again, right? Again, it works if you play these chords in those positions, right? But maybe you can do this. So instead of playing C major 7, C9 sus, C major 7, C9 sus, I'm playing C major 7, C9 sus, C major 7, C9 sus. So I'm getting this melody on the top of the chords, right? Then when we reach here, the C9 sus, it would be great to make the F major 7 this way, because then we get this on the melody, on the top of the chords. To make the F minor with major 7, all you have to do is to lower the major third and then C major 7 and C9 sus. Then we have to go back to the measure number 17 and we can start everything again. So at the last part of the song. This is another way to play the C9 sus. All I'm doing is I have root, perfect fourth, minor 7th, major 9. I'm getting the perfect fourth here and putting here. root, perfect fifth, whole step below, perfect fourth, which is the same chord as this one. Same notes: C, B flat, D, F, C, B flat, D, F. Okay? So playing the whole song the way I choose during the explanations, I would get this. I'm sorry. Maybe. Okay? So, I'd like to thank you everyone for joining the webinar. I hope it was useful for you, and if anyone has any questions and you didn't have time to ask the questions, please send me an email. I will be happy to answer. Okay? I have to go because I have lessons to give now. Okay? Thank you so much for everyone. Okay? Bye.